Gary was one of the most important cities of the times.
Yeah.
What's been left behind is what we're gonna see today.
When you're in the right area, you're safe.
Are we in the right area? So much life next to so much decay. Wow, look at this. These are multi-million-dollar places. Well, at least those two definitely are.
You have a damn fire out there, baby.
How crazy is this? Definitely not what we think of when we think of Gary, Indiana. Here we are, coming into Gary, Indiana, about 45 minutes from Chicago. City with the lowest life expectancy in the United States. Also has one of the highest homicide rates. It's right in the top 5. So Gary came into being around 1906 when the Gary Works steel mill was founded. So at one time, biggest steel mill in the world. It is still operating and it's the biggest in North America. Population was roughly 200,000 here at its height in 1950, and now it's down to, I believe, like 68. So huge population decline. The money was pumping in here from the mills. This was creating the iron ore for the buildings across America. But it changed around 1970. It became cheaper to make steel overseas. Things were offshored. So what's been left behind is what we're gonna see today. This looks like the main street. Some new buildings right across the street from an old factory. See, typically we think in the US, at least I do until I started doing this work, that really beautiful old architecture would only be found in, let's say, the cities we know of well, but one wouldn't think of Gary, Indiana as the place of beautiful churches. Let's give it a little look-see. Wow, this is interesting. Look at that. That must have been, I'm not sure, some sort of theater in the church. Yeah, look at that. I see it pretty much everywhere I go. Everything's in a cycle. Everything has a lifespan. And there's up moments, peak moments, down moments, and bottom moments. And so with Gary, who knows where we're at right now? Is it at the bottom? Are we on the way up a little bit? Does it have more down to go? You'd think by its proximity to Chicago, being near the lake, that it probably has a strong future. Look at that old fireplace. We have a school over here, a charter school. So much life next to so much decay. Maybe that's the story of Gary. Wow, look at this.
Yeah, open this one, man. Because I can't go through that.
Sir, you grew up here.
Yeah, I grew up here.
What was it like back in the day?
You know, beside the bias and the color barrier and all that, economically during the 50s and 60s, it was pretty good. Middle class, you know, easy working facility, you know, people working, white collar, blue collar, you know,
Okay.
status quo. You understand what I'm saying? It was a good environment. But as time went on and as things decayed and, you know, people moving out, businesses, you know, the whole menagerie goes through enterprising and growth, things went down. Yeah. And like with any other place, you know, crime comes in, you always got something to fill the void of what goes out.
Right.
Because right now, man, all the construction is in the east. They
Where?
building out by the beach, they building beach homes.
In Gary?
Dude, yeah, Miller. Out on the beach, we talking about $1 million homes already.
Seriously, in Gary?
Yeah, you know what I'm telling you.
Really?
See, people got to open their eyes to what they don't.
That's what I'm trying to show. That's why I
You
talk
gotta
to the
see
locals.
what you don't. People see the superficial, but never see what's under.
Okay,
You
what?
know, you see this, but you don't know the history of this, nor why it's still that way.
So you remember when this was in operation?
Yeah, I've been in here.
Really?
I've been in here when it was working.
How was it?
It was nice. This is like a cathedral, dude. I mean, look at it.
It's beautiful.
You ain't got churches like this around. You know, this shouldn't have never even went down like this. Back in the 60s and 70s, when you used to go to Chicago, man, there used to be big piles of dumps where people done dump stuff in lots and stuff back in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Every place you went, it was piles. Now it's not like that no more. But here it is on the city here. Well, like I say, every city is just like a life.
Like a life.
Like a life. It's born, it goes through its transition, and then at some point it deteriorates.
But then there's a cycle, maybe a rebirth, maybe a rebirth.
Okay, but this is one of them slower. The mill was the biggest money maker here. Oil, coal, steel changed the world. The Industrial Revolution hit. Everything changed due to that.
So Gary was one of the most important cities of the times.
Yeah. I mean, you got U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel was one of the biggest plants around, man. I mean, Pittsburgh, all
So
that.
mostly everyone, when you were young, they were working at the steel mill.
Either you worked in a steel mill, you was a contractor, or a teacher, worked in a school. You see what I'm saying? Those were major fields. Unless you was a doctor or a lawyer. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're not privileged to be that, you just what we used to call middle class. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
What kind of classes do you think are in existence now in our society?
It's going wealthy and poor. The middle's carving out.
No, the middle been gone.
You
The
feel
blue collar left here due to the fact that the blue collar, you had to give a cost of living increase. They had to be able to keep up with the Joneses, but the Joneses don't want you keeping up.
What's your take on America now? You've seen a lot.
It's got a long way to go, man. It's really doing a retro while it's moving ahead, but it's doing it in a, I call it sale-like demeanor. You know how they say a sale don't know what the next sale doing?
No, explain that.
Okay, here we go. You got a corporation.
Yeah.
Back in the day, if you went into a bank, you open up an account, they gave you a booklet, gave you all these instructions, this is what you read. Now when you go somewhere, you tell me anybody to give you actual paperwork showing you what you're getting ready to get involved in.
Oh,
they
right,
verbally
right.
tell you, but then they leave it up to you.
And then terms and conditions online, you say accept, that you're not reading any of that,
You
and
never
they
do.
change that stuff all the time.
But the youth is what's going to make or break everything. You at your age, and I know you're younger than me, would be considered probably an old man by their standards. Think about it, man. They move quicker. Their whole generations are more focused on what they know, what they want to do.
So what's your take on the youth overall these days?
They in a good spot, dude. They're in a good spot, too.
They're in a good spot.
They're in a good spot to change everything. They the key. They can change everything.
What are you guys doing? You're fixing this building?
Oh no, we're doing electrical in it.
So there are jobs now like this?
Oh, it's always been jobs like this. You just gotta get the opportunity, you know.
It's a good job?
Definitely. I wouldn't even call it a job. It's like a career. You know, you get skills. It's a good place to actually make money, you know.
Really?
It's definitely.
Because your expenses are low?
Expenses low. The house market is lower than most states.
I read the average house is $66,000.
Well,
Something like that.
something like that, but a nice house could be around 120.
Nice house, $120,000.
Yes.
So you can live the American dream here if you have a career like yours?
I wouldn't say the American dream, but you definitely can get comfortable.
Yeah, I'm on video, bro. I'm famous.
You got, you'll see a lot of people will see it though. Are you sure you're okay with that?
Yeah.
You're all from Gary?
Yeah. No, I'm really from Chicago. I just was raised in here a little bit.
Okay, what's the difference, Gary and Chicago?
Chicago, it's got more killing, gang bangs and stuff. It's kind of 50-50, but like Gary's the most safe place more than Chicago.
So a good place to be a kid?
Yeah, a little bit, cause it's still a lot of killings and stuff. It's still a lot of killings and stuff, but like, you know, when you're in the right area, you know, you're safe.
Are we in the right area?
Nah, I'm gonna be real, nah.
No, okay.
A lot of stuff going down.
TV where the horns go. Why can you pop that? Got everything in my money.
So ma'am, you're the boss of the town? Is that what I'm gathering?
No, not really.
A bit? How long have you lived here?
6 to 7 years.
Okay, why'd you move to Gary?
I figure it's the best place to open up a business because in this area they don't have any clothing stores.
Oh, cool.
You gotta travel like 30 minutes out, so I decided to just open this up. And I also have a selfie place. This
Selfie?
man's as well. She had autism, so this really works good with autism kids. This is Pooh Shiesty's mother and Pooh Shiesty's sister.
Who's Pooh Shiesty?
The rapper.
I know Tupac.
Gucci Sandum. Gucci.
Gucci the brand?
You don't know Gucci? Gucci?
I've been called Gucci in East New York.
Man.
Who's that?
Oh my God. Remember that song?
Do you feel like it's safer to have a business here than Chicago?
Yeah. I don't like the looting or anything like that. So if I was to open up my business out there, I know it would have got, you know. Indiana stay on top of their things out here.
Indiana's on top of it. They stick up for the businesses.
Yeah. So right here is the trap room.
Cool.
You know, trap room. It was a party here. So this is a trap room.
Yeah.
And this is the 80s, 90s. It was an 80s, 90s party. You could sit up there, take a picture.
You come in here, dress up, and this is for Instagram.
Yep, Instagram, Facebook, parties. This is real nice. You can even sit up here.
Hold my camera. Hold my camera. What am I doing?
You know, if you go on Facebook, you could just do a TikTok.
Like this?
Yeah. It could be a boomerang.
Boomerang.
Any pose.
So here's where I'm at. I came into Gary knowing nobody, knowing nothing, other than a little bit I've seen online, and I want to get it from the voices of the people. Okay. Because that's how we learn.
I would say be careful on people you approach. Be very careful, like how you.
Be careful.
Some people. Okay. Be careful.
Okay, so I took a risk with you. I took a risk with you ladies a little bit coming into your business.
You got to be careful. No, it's just, no, they ain't bad. Like Chicago girl, no, they are so.
No, I would say it is some people that's crazy out here.
Okay.
Like, they'll be walking.
The only thing that's kind of weird is that they could just have a gun in front of, you know.
You gonna see a lot of people carrying on their head.
Okay, it's open carry here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just, kids, even walk in the store with.
with nice semis?
Yeah.
Okay. It's got a lot of different feels here, guys. It has the feeling of decay, obviously, as you can see in these buildings. It's got old world charm and like a depth and energy here. It makes it sort of like it's in a bit of a time standstill. Ones like that look lived in. Some are beyond repair, and some look like they just need a lot of attention. Got some nice ones in here too. Look at this neighborhood. It's really sprucing up a bit. Yeah, look at these old brick homes. Charming. So you grew up here. What were you saying about Michael Jackson?
He's a nice young man. And his brothers, all nice. I wish that I could have met him, but I couldn't because I stayed in Chicago. Joe Jackson, him and his wife, the one left Michael Jackson at my mom's house.
Michael Jackson stayed at your mom's house?
Yeah.
So his home is right over here where he grew up?
Yes.
That school is a historical landmark right there.
That school's a historical landmark.
That's Roosevelt High School. And that's where he did all
Michael
his
Jackson did their first talent show.
first talent show and everything in that school right there.
Is it still open?
No, it's
closed. Was open.
The boiler broke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they closed the whole school down?
No heat.
No heat.
Yeah.
But the building looks good.
Yeah, they keep, all the alumni keep that up.
The violence was real bad, all in the 90s.
In Gary?
In Gary.
So much worse than now?
It was worse. There used to be projects over there. It was, you see a lot, big old lot.
Oh, okay.
And Joe Jackson decided to keep his family away.
Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson's father?
Yeah, keep his family away from all the bad kids.
Okay.
While he worked in the mill, he had to take care of his family.
So Michael Jackson's father worked in the steel mill here?
Yeah. I miss those days, you know. I'm 60 years old. I'm blessed to see all of this. A lot of young people back in the 90s, they're dead and gone. And I'm blessed that I didn't associate myself with those people. My mom was one of the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
So God.
So you had strong rules in your household?
Yes, very much so. Got married to my wife.
Oh, no way. Dude, that's awesome.
My ring is right here. I can't wear it because I have.
Oh, we got it. Let's talk to your wife.
Yeah. Her name is Emma.
Are you still in the honeymoon period, you two?
We haven't even started yet. We just here at work.
Honeymoon period, as in everything is all perfect and excellent. Young lovers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, how'd you?
Yeah.
That's Jerry.
Young at heart, Jerry. Come on.
See, I'm 64. Hey, yeah.
He's young at heart. Look at him. Your name?
Beverly.
Beverly. Peter.
Nice to meet you, Peter.
You too, Beverly.
Yeah.
You are styling. That red hair, or it's more of a mahogany. Excuse me.
This is one of our bosses. She's
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing a video on Gary.
On Gary?
Through the voices of the people, like good old Clarence over here.
Oh yeah, that's my brother.
Everyone loves him in the community?
Oh, for sure.
Except me.
Except you.
Yeah.
This guy's got the great sense of humor, huh?
Yeah.
He gives everyone shit.
Characters.
So this is great what you're doing here. You're helping out the community.
Adult daycare.
Adult daycare, okay. How many people do you have here?
32.
Great. Are you looking for more, looking for less?
Oh, we always looking for more. We're expanding.
You're expanding.
I was raised in Chicago on the south side, 45th and Lake Park. And the second graduate from Martin Luther King High School. Was loving it then. It was beautiful. Everybody got along. This generation that's coming, that's here now, they're wild. They're crazy. Do you agree, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you explain that for people that don't know? What do you mean by that?
Like when I was coming up in the 60s, everybody looked out for you. If you did something wrong, your neighbor would tear your butt up, and then they'll tell your parents will tear your butt up. We had morals, we had ethics, we had respect for our elders.
Even when there was crime?
Even when it wasn't that much crime. If it was crime, it was outside of our community because they kept it away from us. Moms and dads didn't have guns and stuff laying around so that we could get them. Yeah. Moms and dads was older. They were older.
My mom and dad, guns.
My mom and dad always had a gun, but we didn't see it. We didn't see it.
He was bad when he was young.
Yeah, he was from a different breed.
I went
He went to prison twice.
You're a bad boy.
He was bad.
But I went way till later to go prison. I was good.
But did your mama tear your butt up?
No, I didn't get no of it. Never.
See, he needed a butt tearing by his mom.
But we had my parents migrated from Mississippi, where we had the old folks discipline. We used to get
strong values down there, huh?
We got whoopings. I got beatings with extension cords, tree branches, douchebag cords. But it made me the woman that I am. It made me a strong woman. My mom and dad didn't get an education, but they raised us with ethics, respect. That's why we work with these kind of people. Gary needs something for the kids to do. They need jobs. They need activities. When I was coming, we had sock hops. We had boys and girls club.
You guys don't have a boys and girls club out here?
We got one, but it's different than what we had.
Okay, so that's what Gary needs, more resources for the kids, you think?
Resources for the kids, and I think with this new mayor we got, he's younger, young blood, and he knows what he wants.
That's what I'm seeing all over the country, because I go all over.
Yeah.
You got to go at the youth. It's hard. I mean, it starts with the home life.
Start with the home. Charity starts at home and then spread abroad.
Yeah. But if the home life is not there, that's not the kids' fault.
It's not the kids' fault.
That's when we need to go in with resources, which aren't. It's not just money either. It's attention, guidance, discipline.
Because I used to manage a grocery store on Fifth Avenue when I moved here in 1982 from Chicago to Gary. I found it that, the kids, they were into like little bad activities, but to show concern and love and I had to prove myself. I'm not scared of you. I am not scared of you.
So you think today some parents are scared of their 12-year-olds?
Yeah, they scared of them.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, because they mix with the wrong crowd. You don't know what these little kids are carrying now. You know what I'm saying? I used to tell the kids, pull up your pants. You don't walk around with your pants up like that. Now they'll curse your butt right out. And might pull out a gun.
How about in Mississippi right now?
Mississippi, somebody had to come from up here to take it there. When I moved here in 1982, there was no drugs.
82, no drugs here?
No drugs here. Yeah. They were still, if it was, we didn't see it, they were still sleeping with their doors open.
That's it.
Oh, that's my boss.
That's our
right
boss.
there.
Hello. You got a cool team here.
I know.
You know it.
I'm gonna go pick up the bus. I gotta make 2 trips.
Okay. Yeah, but they didn't, it wasn't, the violence was here, but it wasn't like it is now. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Chicago. When I moved from Chicago, they were standing on the corner.
You used to be able to walk the street?
Yeah.
Clarence and I just walk now. We had no problem, right?
I'm saying you can't.
You better not do it at night.
At night you can't do it.
But I fit in. I shouldn't stand out, right?
Yeah.
When I have a camera?
Yeah.
Oh, they gonna be on their best behavior.
They'll see that like.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah, they'll take that.
It's just a different. It's a difference, but some of them you can reach and some of them you still can talk to. But the way I used to talk to the ones in the 90s and the beginning of the 2000s is different than now. You can't talk.
How do we bring it back?
Get them in church. Get them in church. Get them with Jesus.
No, get a group of them and show them something different. They need to see something different. We need some. What are they? How would I say it? They need some.
They need leadership.
Leadership. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what we're lacking in society. Leadership. I feel it on all levels.
All levels.
From high up all the way down.
Leadership.
From the federal government, I don't see leadership.
They need to kick them old heads out and get in this young blood. Somebody that knows. Somebody that done been through it. Somebody done lived it. You know what I'm saying? How can you tell me about the streets and you're not from the street?
Where are you from, ma'am?
Flint, Michigan.
Okay, so how'd you end up in Gary?
My children were on drugs, and they pretty well hustled their drugs, and they treated me like shit. So I ran off to Flint for a year. Then I got sick, and I ended up in Gary.
How's Gary so far?
Well, Gary, you gotta watch your back. You know, like when you go into a store, if you got your purse handy, you gotta watch your purse because they'll follow you around, you know, the store to see just what you got, you know. So
okay,
pickpocketers and stuff like that.
Worse than Flint?
Well, just bad in Flint. Just even bad. I got stolen. They stole from me. I don't know how many times those drug people did. They stole my TV. They stole my children. They stole everything.
So Flint's a pretty hard place right now.
Yeah, it is. They'll even kill a guy delivering pizza for their money. And sometimes the dope dealers get into fights over customers. You know, that's how bad it gets.
You've been doing this how long?
30 years.
Do you love it?
Love it. Don't I love y'all? Don't I love y'all? Hey, yeah, baby, don't I love you?
Yeah, baby.
That's Miss Barbara.
Miss Barbara.
How do you do?
Yeah, doing
Pleased
well,
to
Miss
meet
Barbara. You too, Miss Barbara. You're still working?
Not a full-time job.
What are you doing?
I just do bits and pieces.
And you were saying employees hard to find?
It's hard to find. The young people don't want to work.
No, they don't.
They got all this paid rent assistance and all this other free stuff, food stamps, you know. They don't want to work. People are begging, especially home health agency are begging for workers. Everywhere.
You need employees here?
Yeah.
You working a lot?
I work a lot. I work 3 jobs. I'm 65. I should be 60.
I'm 82.
Barb's got you beat.
Diana got 2 jobs.
I have
they don't want to
that's
work.
1 year and 1 day younger than me. I was born 1940, June 6th. She was born 1941, June 7th.
Wow.
Year and a day.
Still got our memory. Good job.
My mother had 4 girls by the time she was 26. Yeah.
That's a handful. And Barb, I bet you were a handful back in the day.
No, I wasn't.
You really?
I was very dependable and very...
I could see you tearing up a dance floor, not true?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, baby. You tear up a dance floor, you know. Yeah, baby.
I like church music.
Church music?
Yeah, I'm a church drummer.
You're a church drummer, nice. Is that church music you're playing?
Some of it is, some of it not. I can play church music.
Let's hear it. Alright guys, here on the edge of Gary, just crossed the highway. Things changed quite a bit. There's a casino here, the Hard Rock Casino. You know what's super interesting about Hard Rock is that the Seminoles from Florida, they own this. They own the brand. So I don't know if they license out the brand or how that works. And here you have people from, I'm sure, all over the country when they're driving to Chicago or wherever, right off the highway. It's crazy that it has that old world downtown and then it also has this. So like anything, you can't put an easy label on it. What do you got, bro?
About a lot of... You record YouTube or something?
Yeah, you cool with that? Gary Works Steel Mill. You can see it off in the distance there. So in 1970, there were 30,000 workers at this plant, the biggest in the world at one time. 1990, there were 6,000. Now I believe there are even less. A lot due to the fact that the production is ramped down and also due to automation. Still the biggest steel plant in North America though. Wow, look at that. What is that building? That's interesting. Looks like an old bank, or perhaps this is where the workers were paid. If somebody knows, please let us know in the comments. Beautiful old building. So Gary's life expectancy is on average 71.4 years, which is the lowest in the country. Now the top in the country is 84.7 years, that being Newton, Massachusetts. So a lot of that has to do with economics, environment, gun violence. So Gary's not doing so good in that department, unfortunately. Look at this building, it's impressive. Got the highway over there, train tracks. Very industrial area. A lot of commerce being moved through. The US is such a mixed up place. Chicago, right over there. Third biggest city in the country. Gary. I mean, what a mixed up place. I don't think there's anything like this. This is a very unique town. You take Miami and here it's another universe, or Los Angeles, or Yellowstone, Grand Canyon. There's so many different ways of living. There are so many different environments. It's pretty crazy that it's all under one roof, per se. It's one country. It's a beautiful thing in my opinion. that so many different places can coexist, cultures, people, and through. Everywhere I go with these videos, pretty much everyone is open-armed, easy to talk to. You know, there's that online reality. I'm using quotes on that one. And then there's the on-the-ground reality. And there's a large gap right now, more than ever, I think, because of social media. Because it's much easier for me just to show the most down and out in Gary and just focus on that solely. Not show the casino, not show where we're going next. Not show where we're going next, which is out at the lake, from what I've heard, with nice homes. Or gotten an opinion or gotten the locals to speak and talk about their town. I mean, I'm only here for a limited time. I can only get so much. It's just a day's shoot. It's always had a bad reputation, that's for sure. But look at my day today, just going up and talking to people. Everyone's been cool. You know, I could get unlucky, obviously. There's definitely edge here. I'm not gonna deny that. There's some roughness to the place. But even in one of the top 3 cities of homicide, I believe it's in the top 3 right now, you can still come in here and talk to the people, and they open up. The vast majority of people here in Gary, I'm sure, are great people, good people, hardworking people, getting through life. There are definitely some bad apples. I mean, I didn't have the camera up at all times today. There were some hard looks. You know, those like, don't test the water looks. Don't even try to bring that camera around, which is understandable because when most people come into a place like Gary, or where I just was, Appalachia, they're very wary of what's your intention here. Are you just going to put us under the bus completely? And then once they get the vibe that that's not your goal, wow, they really open up. So this is Gary style. You have that building, and then right next to it, we have the solar panels and those new apartments. How crazy is this? Definitely not what we think of when we think of Gary, Indiana. Gary Beach access, who knew? The Garyans did. I'm sure these are multi-million-dollar places. Well, at least those two definitely are. Chicago, way off in the distance. The sun setting west. And a very fine sand. Look at how fine the sand is. Oh, look at that, the steel mill all the way down there too. What a bizarre place. All right, guys, what a fascinating day. Gary, you can't really put a label on it. A lot of old world feel. Time seemed to slow down there. Streets were a bit wider, a bit quieter. It felt like almost it was an exclusive place, as in that feeling like it was removed from everything else. I try to show you guys as much diversity of content as possible. You know, I want to show you the wealth of the casino and of this area, obviously. But the main story of Gary is a town that's lost a lot of its population, a lot of its jobs, and is, I don't know, is it at the bottom? Is it already rebounded a little? Does it have more down to go? Someone from here knows better than me. Let us know. Thanks for coming along on the epic journey Until the next one.